Welcome YouTube to another wee video here, and this is on the Dwarven Warriors, which you heard me speak about a little bit last episode with the Dwarven Heroes. So this is the three companies which went with my 800 point force, and these guys have a few different bits and bobs on them, and I'll go over what I painted and how I painted them and what they're for. So overall on the force we've got the Cousin Guard. We've got a lot of shieldmen, as you can see, and we've got bowmen, and then we've got the two-handed axe guys. So these guys made up about 3 warbands, and they had a few little quirks to them. So the Cousin Guard here are for any kind of monsters or terror. So they've got that strength 4, and they've got they can pass auto courage tests if one of your main heroes is on the board. So that's quite good. Now this guy here is actually the captain model, but I've used him as just a normal warrior, just to sort of get a bit of variation. And these guys were pretty cool. I just went for sort of silver chainmail and gold sort of accessories, or like face plates and stuff like that, and they turned out quite nice. I didn't spend as much time as I wanted on them, but they do look cool. Yeah, they're one of my favourite units, I think, for the dwarves. Moving on, we have the shieldmen, and for the shieldmen I sort of took inspiration from the Viking series that I was watching. So I decided that these dwarves wouldn't be like mountain dwelling kind of snow bases. I kind of went for these sort of, grassy, rocky bases, and I took inspiration from Vikings. So there's a lot of symbols on there which come from like Viking shield designs, which I took off the internet. I think that one there actually might be Lagertha's, or it might be the guy behind from the movie, from the series Vikings. And yeah, those guys were fun to paint. Again, it's just silver with gold accessories. You can see the belt buckle, and just grey and brown, different shades of brown beards. You can see some of these guys have got names on them. They're starring in battle companies and another company that I have. And moving along, we have 6 bowmen. Standard again, exact same paint schemes. I only took 6 bowmen so that I could have something to go up against some other shooting units. They are actually pretty good with their strength 3 dwarven bows. They do come in handy. It's just that 4+, which is hard. And then in the back there we've got 4 two-handed guys. This guy being one of my particular favourites. He's quite cool. I don't really do too much face detail on these guys because I feel like the helmets kind of shroud it. But yeah, he's one of my favourite guys, and yeah, I think they turned out alright. I'll go over how I painted them. So I took the main colour which I used. Oops, sorry. We'll take one of these guys. Let's say this guy here I do. So it's Mephiston red as a base. Then there's a red wash, which gets that darker kind of tones in the cloth. You can see there. And then over the top of it, I just used a bright orange. I can't remember the name of the orange, but I used a bright orange, and I actually highlight up there. You can see it really well on the shield there. Yeah, there. And you can see it on the pants there. Basically, it's just different shades of browns for the belts. That was like a Xandri dust on that belt. The arms were just a normal color of brown, like Morfang brown or something like that. And then, yeah, they're pretty easy. The shield was just, I painted that white on, and then I did blue over the top of it, but silver, and painted in the dots, and yeah. The bases, which I did, I'll show you a better example. Maybe this guy here, because he's got a lot on it. On the base there, you can see it's that kind of rocky stuff. So I just took that, one of those technical paints that GW makes. I can't remember the exact name, but it's, when you paint it on, it goes gritty. And it was actually brown, and I painted it dark grey, and then I dry brushed it silver to give that kind of, a lighter grey, to give it that grey look there. And it's turned out really nice, I think, just for something quick to do. Really good to just do half the base and then do the other half in grass, and it just gives it this kind of rocky kind of look without being schist, that kind of generic schisty kind of look. The rest is pretty easy. There's only wee bits I did on the blues. I took like a sort of an aqua kind of a blue and painted on the fletchers on the sort of feathers, I guess, on the bow guy. And I did that for most of them. There is one there who hasn't been done, the guy in the middle, but yeah. In terms of how these guys play, they're obviously their main thing is the defense. So you use the shield guys as kind of the staple, diet of this force, and you just use them to block off different bits of terrain. These guys are your hard-hitting guys, so they sort of would typically stand behind the shields. They are defense 7, the same as them, but these guys have the strength 4. So these guys are going for enemy monsters, anything with terror, those sorts of things, because they're auto blast and courage. Quite good to have them sort of spread around. So I have a warband of 6 shields and 6 of these guys, or 5 of these guys in this case. And yeah, and then I usually just had that warband by itself as like a fast-moving little skirmish unit. But yeah, hopefully that's been a little bit of an insight into this Dwarven force. The way it played was really nice. I got some cool shots off with the archers. The Khazad did some really cool stuff by taking down some big trolls and things like that at the game day that I went to. And this sort of points, this with 5 heroes was about 800 points. But you could easily drop it down to like 750, 700 just by taking out, the two-handed axe guys and maybe dropping a shield, one of the shield guys or something like that. And that would still be a really good force. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I'll give you one last brushing look at the guys. And if you like this video, then give it a like and share it and subscribe if you want some more, Dwarven sort of videos or this kind of army representation videos and talking about how to paint and stuff like that. Thanks a lot. Bye.